Rise and shine on Australia's Vision Christian Radio.
Well, Phil, we are so blessed to have Danny Gokey with us on Rise and Shine. Danny, welcome to the program.
Hello. Good to be on your program.
Well, we're very, very excited. It's not long until you're coming down for the Sound of Heaven tour. Look, actually, Annie's pitching a different name for the tour already.
I've been calling it the Thunder Down Under tour. Danny, what do you think of that name?
You know what? Hey, if it moves more tickets, let's call it that.
Well, it's definitely going to be Thunder, and you are going to be down under, so I think it definitely fits. And for our listeners who want to remember, Danny's songs include Tell Your Heart to Beat, Hope in Front of Me, Be Alright, Haven't Seen It Yet, and I Got You. And he appears regularly on Vision, and people love your music down here, Danny.
Yeah, we do. We're very, very excited.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. First of all, thank you for your support. It's probably the coolest thing is to know that people in Australia are listening to my music. I would have never thought, and the love that I've received. Australians are already awesome people in my book. and I've never been to Australia. But I will say this, I am around a lot of Australians in Nashville. There's like a big influx of people who've moved from Australia to Nashville. My pastors of the church that I go to are Australian. A lot of writers I write with are Australian. So it's really cool. I keep hearing about the food, coffee, and so listen, they've talked it up really high. So
we can deliver. Don't worry, Danny. I'm confident. What sort of food are you looking forward to eating when you come out for the tour?
Well, I don't know, but I hear about this thing, Vegemite. That's all I hear about. So,
well, you're bringing Cecina with you, and she told us that she ate Vegemite on fruit salad. So don't listen to Cecina because that's a terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah.
So let us feed you Vegemite.
What do we do with it? Do we put it in our coffee? What do we do?
You need toast with butter is really the way you want to have it.
As an American tourist, you're best off not touching the Vegemite. It's an acquired taste. They feed it to us when we're babies, so we get used to it.
That's true.
Sort of like when the Spartans used to put their babies out at night, and make them suffer all night in the cold. They get used to it. But Danny, we are looking forward to your tour down under. It's going to be amazing. You're going to so many cities on the East Coast. But for our listeners who don't know the story, you actually appeared on American Idol, and I want to drill down a little bit in the American Idol story because you're already a worship pastor in your church. I think part-time you were serving God. When you went on American Idol, were you thinking, I'm going to be a secular singer now, or you just went on to see how you'd go?
Yeah, I didn't know what the next steps. I wish I knew who I was supposed to be before I stepped foot on the stage, but that's not my story. And if anything, I hope my story encourages people that, no matter what stage of life you're in, what age you are, it's never too late to become what God has called you to be. When I stepped on the stage, I was like, oh my gosh, we're reaching people that would never walk into a church. Yeah. And so then I signed a country music deal. That was my first record label, but then it fell apart. And then I was like, God, did I miss it? What's going on here? And then I got another offer from another record deal that my manager somehow strong-armed into signing me. Literally the guy who signed me, he looked at my manager and goes, I don't know why I'm signing this Danny Gokey kid, but I feel like I'm supposed to. It wasn't a Christian guy. So he just had no idea what his feelings were. He said, but he goes, listen, Mitchell, don't make me lose any money. So that was the belief. And so, but that's where my career took off. So I guess what I'm saying is listen, all you got to do is keep moving in a direction. It's easier for God to get you where you're supposed to be if you're moving versus being parked like a car. It's a little bit difficult to get you where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and just for our audience benefit, you came third in American Idol, so you didn't even win, but it definitely gave you a profile.
It sounds like you're trying to rub that in there.
No, I'm just saying, like you said, you had a go at it,
Thanks,
and you got a profile.
Thanks, Andy.
And now God's just launched you into this Christian singing ministry, which is impacting millions of people all around the world.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautiful thing. You got people like me who just don't know what we're doing, but we just take the opportunities that God gives us. And then it's like, wow, look at the lives that are being touched. And, I always go to, I wish I knew then what I knew now. But you can't, woulda, shoulda, coulda, right?
Yes.
All I can do now is take the lessons that I've learned. And most of all, but just keep my eyes focused on God and on Jesus. And run my race and affect as many people in the positive and encouraging way that I can.
And Danny, I know that as you're coming out to Australia in the coming months, God would have put something on your heart that you're coming out here to bless the people of Australia, and we're so thankful for that. What is it that God's put on your heart that you're bringing out to us here?
Well, right now, the thing that's really sticking to me, and it's going to be a big part of our show, I think it's just encouraging people about wherever they are right now. There's a lot of people are in struggle right now. The world is in this really chaotic place and a bit of turmoil. We're in a really, precarious place, but Paul, he had this attitude of like he could never be taken down.
Yeah.
But Paul, who killed Christians, who then was converted to Christianity, then put into prison and stoned and starved and shipwrecked, and I mean, you name it, he went through it.
Yeah.
But you know what he said? He said this in 2 Corinthians 4:17. He said, "For these light afflictions are but only for a moment, are achieving a greater glory." I just want to remind people through the show, through the encouragement, through the music, when they're there, that whatever you're facing, it's not what we go through, it's how we interpret what we go through or what happens to us that makes us ascend or descend. Paul said he interpreted it in a way that a way through the lens of eternity. This thing, it's an affliction. Yeah, it sucks. I don't like it. But it's a light affliction, and it's achieving a greater glory in me. I'm becoming better. I'm looking better. My legacy is going to be stronger because of what I'm going through versus had I never went through it at all. And so that's what I hope to encourage the people with, is that God is working everything for your good. So don't abort the mission. Don't give up too soon. Sometimes you got to fight through it. Paul had to fight through the shipwreck. A lot of people think when something doesn't go, a prayer is hindered by something happening. Oh, I guess God didn't want to happen. And then they throw the white flag and surrender. No. Yeah. What if you got to wade through the water and swim to the shore to get to your promise? And that's what I want to encourage people with.
Oh,
good preaching, Danny.
Oh, so good. Because so often you're tempted, aren't you, Danny? Like it's happening in your world. You're waking up in tears. It's just so hard. The temptation is just to stop and to sit in it and to wallow and say, woe is me, I give up. But what you're encouraging us is the exact opposite of that. God's way is different.
It's fight the good fight. It's a good fight. The devil's just not going to hand you your promises and like everything God wants for you. What makes us think that the enemy's going to roll out the red carpet? No, you're going to have to get in uncomfortable positions and be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Here's my motto for 2025. I'm no longer looking at the setbacks and the disappointments as something that's like, this is so frustrating, getting bitter, talking negatively. I'm now looking at these are opportunities. Good. What we need to look at these, there's opportunities to grow. There's opportunities to refine our character. There is gold that's on the inside of us if we stop looking at these hindrances and these inconveniences in the wrong way. That's why the scriptures say, count it all joy. Because it is refining you and it is making your legacy more cemented. It's making your dreams more achievable, and it's making your character more refinable, because character is what keeps you in the promise, not your gift, not your skill set. A lot of people's gifts get them to the mountain, and their character is what cuts them off and makes them fall back to the bottom.
Man, that's such good. You want to give an altar call? I'm going to get saved all over again, Danny. I'm putting my hand up right now. Can you see that hand, Danny? Can you see that hand?
I can. Come forward, son. Come forward, young lad.
Yes, Father. Hey, honestly, Danny, great message, mate. And it is encouraging, isn't it, Phil, when we have Christian artists like you, that you're not just great singers and performers, but you're solid Christians, and we can hear it in what you're saying now, and you're so fired up. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be thunder down under, Phil. This is not just the sound of heaven. This is thunder down under.
Well, when heaven hits earth, there's a thunderstorm a brewing. Daddy, we are so excited. We can't wait to see you in concert here in Australia. Well done, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys for taking time and talking with me. Can't wait to see everybody.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.